Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, where last time we finished off the Exalted Plains. This time we're going to move on to the Emerald Graves, the Emerald something or other. For now, though, let us see about operations. I believe we've unlocked a couple of operations. And we might as well complete out what everybody else has already got going. Mostly it's resource gathering. There's actually an operation in Ferelden. Yep, our shipment, we got some elf fruit, which we are desperately short on. Viridium, I guess. We received word from Lady Eustace Richelieu, who presumes more and more to speak for the Tybalts. She's also quick to use us and we. A bold move, Inquisitor. Lord de Rosière was mortified, if not mortally so. It is said he cannot bear to show his face, and face is all many of his generation value. I do hope he will do nothing drastic. I also hope that the names behind us remain willing to commit what is necessary to solidify the lines that have been established. We shall see. Is that the end of that series of quests? Are we done? Emerald Graves, yes. Not to be confused with the late night Emerald Raves. Where you will likely find Sarah, probably. Who would show up at a rave in this party? Sarah? Actually, no. She probably wouldn't go to a rave by herself. Iron Bull? Definitely. Measure Veil Strength. Inquisitor, you have activated a number of elven artifacts used to detect the magical energies of the Veil. Individually, such readings have been helpful. If we can coordinate measurements of all the artifacts simultaneously, however, I believe we may be able to uncover rifts that may not even have opened yet. I have drafted a proposal for how we might use Inquisition mages across Orlais and Ferelden to activate these artifacts in a coordinated fashion if you think it might be useful. I'll have Cullen work on it.
All right.
And yeah, that seems like the main thing, so let's have Leliana get us more elf fruit. And I don't know what's in the...
Let us begin.
All right. And then before we go to the Emerald Graves, we're going to be making a stop in Val Royeaux. Because we need to talk to somebody for Josephine. That quest is still ongoing. We have to do two things? We have to do two things in Val Royeaux. So let's go ahead and do them. Luckily, Val Royeaux is a smaller section, so in theory... Alright, so apparently we do have to talk to both people. The first being...
Shut it. You know the rules about friends. Good day.
the Countess, but the Countess is not here. Alright, well, hopefully Josephine will at least be over... Oh, can we examine this tree? We're not that interested in the apples over by the tree. My apologies to the apple enthusiasts of the Dragon Age Inquisition fans. Josephine! we look incredibly
I
out of
received a letter from
place
the House
in
of Repose, Your
comparison.
Worship. They acknowledge their contract is null and void. There is no longer a price on my life.
Well, that's nice of them.
They're a polite bunch of ruthless murderers. I'll give them that.
I regret we were forced to deal with them, that you were endangered by my part in the game. Did I ever mention I used to be a bard?
You were a singer?
Bards entertain the Orlesian court. They sing, play music, make charming conversation, and spy. Many young nobles put on a mask and practice playing the game in such a fashion.
What made you interested in becoming a bard?
I was attending a university in Valroyo when I learned about bards. There was such an air of romance about them. Stories of secrets, trysts, and fascinating people. A group of us, young gentry from Antiva, decided this exciting life was for us.
It sounds risky.
I don't imagine many firstborn heirs join those ranks.
No, I was a rather foolish exception. During one particular intrigue, I encountered a bard sent to kill my patron. We fought. Or perhaps scrapped is the better word. Both of us terrified. We were at the top of a steep flight of stairs. The other bard threw a knife, and I pushed him away from me. You can imagine the result.
You've drawn a clear enough picture.
But it was such a waste, Inquisitor. When I took off his mask, I knew him. We'd attended parties together.
And that's the
If I'd
thing,
stopped to
everybody
listen, if
knew
I'd
each
used my
other.
voice instead of scuffling like a common thug.
Everybody
Always
knows each
wondered
other in the
who
game.
That young man would have grown into.
Which is...
He seemed willing enough to murder you for the game.
Perhaps. I feel I'm the last to judge.
Which is
my
also
own
probably why she's happy that no one died to
In all
help
that
her.
commotion, forgive me. I don't believe I ever thanked you for helping me with this.
Well, except for the people that died when she tried to get the result in the first place.
I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Such a gracious woman deserves nothing less.
Such talk. I'm quite overcome.
Should I stop?
Oh, no. I mean, yes. I meant, no, I don't... Well, if you meant to draw a blush to my cheeks, you've completely succeeded. Let's return to Skyhold before anyone notices.
Okay, so we don't have to speak to a countess. There is just an objective over there that didn't quite... The objective is still there. On the map. Oh, now...
Inquisition? Red jelly?
I told you I was right not to send supplies to Haven. Look what happened there.
Inquisitor.
I am more worried about
What
who
an
attacked
unexpected
them and
pleasure.
why.
You must
Who
have had
cares?
a long journey.
The Chantry declared them
Might there be
heathens.
any news
An
from the
attack
south?
was just a matter of time.
The most holy is dead.
Here's a letter from Ellery. He's safe with his family in the Dales.
Oh,
They
my
need our
Eleni.
help.
Oh, bless you. The Dions will sponsor the Duparakets as a family deserving of a noble title, Inquisitor. You have my word. Now please, forgive my hastiness, but I must read Ellery's words. Make her keep you.
Alright, let's actually take a quick trip back to Skyhold before we go on to the Emerald Graves. Alright, we got two people to talk to, actually. Vivian, who is somewhere. I just realized I was thinking about Vivian's last location in Haven, not her current location, which is here. So she must be upstairs, I presume. Let's go quickly walk over to Josephine. See if she has anything new to say.
Liliana wished to speak with you, Inquisitor. It seemed rather urgent. It's good to see you.
Huh.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
Well. Oh, that must be where,
The strangest things, Inquisitor. Interesting all.
Hold up. I've never used the courtyard to farm anything.
A working nursery with not a space wasted. We'll want for nothing.
Let's plant some elf fruit, some blood lotus, some more elf fruit. Do I only have 3 spots? What are the rare ones? I'm guessing that's entirely based on what you've already picked up. So you have 6 spots. Huh, that's what I get for never walking out that very specific set of doors. Now then, how do I get to... get to Vivian. And can I drop off more research material in the place that I'm supposed to drop off the research material? There we go. There we go. Vivian, we found some books.
You walked physically through the Fade. Please tell me what you remember.
I had visions. Echoes of what happened to me the first time. The Divine was there, or something like her.
Manifestations of your own mind, perhaps? Or external memories awakened by your presence? I suppose there's no way to tell. No one else has physically entered the Fade since the Magisters assaulted the Golden City. Oh, I'm positively envious right now.
Your lost books have been found.
Your assistance in this matter will not be forgotten, I assure you.
Excellent. I can check that off of the list. Let's go up to Liliana, see what she needs. Apparently she needs something. Dear Liliana, you'll be happy to learn that your friends are doing well. Schmooples II is still unhappy about his meal plan, and tries to get into the pantry. I had to have a bolt installed, and now he whines constantly. The 2 little ones are still a handful, but good news, I've managed to discourage Boulette from relieving herself on the silk rug Justinia gave you. Felicien, from 2 doors over, has been visiting almost every day to play with the nugs. She is quite delightful, and Schmooples II is fond of her. I suspect it is because she brings him sweets from her father's shop. I had to ask her governess to keep her from visiting the house, however, as someone tried to infiltrate it 2 nights ago. An agent of one of the Blanchards, hoping to uncover some of the Nightingale's secrets. I neutralized and interrogated him. His ability to withstand questions was deplorable. Someone needs to talk to the Blanchards about their spies. All I had to do was put Schmooples II in his face and tell him that I hadn't fed the creature that day. Your pet played his part admirably. I received your orders and will depart for Ferelden as soon as possible. I have arranged for Garter to take over nug keeping. Sparrow. Is that a nug or a cat? Rest in peace, Sir Pouncelot.
I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor? She knew it was either her or me. And she wanted me to live. Of course. Of course she did. That's just like her. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did you say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember. I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it. There are no answers in the Fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
Is that the only thing we're here to talk about?
Inquisitor.
Also,
May I have a word? I notice you've paid Lady Montelier quite a number of compliments. Yes. I enjoy her company very much. An entanglement with our ambassador seems most unwise. I asked Josephine to join the Inquisition because we needed a diplomat. Not so she could be toyed with.
but I am not toying with her.
I enjoy being with Josephine. I'm not trying to break her heart. Then I would be more cautious. Josephine's no stranger to courtly intrigue. But love? There she's an innocent. She has no idea you are truly attracted to her. If indeed you are.
You know, I've been going for Solus. What if I can pivot towards Josephine?
Yes, I'm very attracted to Josephine. Is that so? Whatever is between you, I ask that you treat her with kindness. For her sake, as well as yours. Whatever happens, I'm glad to see Josephine has a concerned friend here. I have so few true friends these days. Those that are left I deeply cherish. I will not trouble you any further, but I do watch over my friends. Good day, your worship.
Okay, is that it?
They tell me you have a gift for shadows and blades.
I do what I can.
They flatter me. I can only do my best and hope it is enough. For the Inquisition to succeed, its leader must be willing to do what it takes. As your spy master, may I say that I am pleased. My agents appreciate that they can look at the Herald and see themselves. Have I ever talked about my friend Zevran? He was an Antivan.
No, you did not mention
He was always
Severin.
good at it.
Originally
He
introduced in
met
Dragon Age
Kill
Origins.
a mark, but he made me laugh. I'll leave you to your work.
Alright, now I think we're done talking to Liliana. Where are we going to go next? The Emerald Graves. Not the Frostback Basin. That's for later, I think. Alright, so we decided on the Emerald Graves. I'm still not entirely sure if Frostback Basin is DLC. It doesn't show up on many lists of, like, area progression for Dragon Age Inquisition. Though it is one of the few areas that designated, like, a minimum level of, like, 20, 21.
The scouts have seen a number of fade rifts all over the forest. We've located this mysterious Fairbanks. He won't share his information with anyone but you. He and his men are camped out at Watcher's Reach, on the path ahead. From what we can tell, they're refugees from the war. Peasants, mostly.
I do like these little chats.
I do enjoy these encounters. It's like we're getting to know
Why
each
does
other.
Sarah approve
They are.
of
aren't we?
of our minor
Such a
flirtation.
shame our meetings are so brief. But, you know, saving the world and all that. Busy, busy.
Thank you for the information. I'll head out.
One other thing. You've tangled with the Freemen of the Dales before. They have a presence here. Watch your back, Inquisitor.
And your front. Maybe your side. I claim this wolf statue for the Inquisition. Traveling through the emerald graves in the Dales, one will see dozens of carven stone wolves. The Dalish call these the Knights' Guardians. In the days of Elven Halamsharal, wolf companions walked alongside emerald knights, never leaving the side of their chosen knight. Wolf and elf would fight together, eat together, and when the knights slept, wolves would guard them. The statues were erected in memory of their unbreakable bond. Alright, so there are 4 campsites, including the one that I have just spawned beside, which means that this area is probably large. It's not that big. But there are a couple of quarries, a couple of logging stands. I have no memory as to who that person is who wanted to talk to me, because I picked up that quest so long ago. I'm sure they'll fill me in. They'll fill me in the details. Very nice lush forest. Yeah. Was he guarding that other guy, like, to prevent long-range attacks? If so,
More Run?
Ask them if they want arrows, or maybe tell them.
would you like some arrows hurled at you with expert velocity? Let us travel east a little bit first. Actually, what is this? Deep mushroom. I have no need, nor want, for deep mushroom. Oh, there's an ocularium way over there. I claim this statue for the Inquisition. Andraste's light. We have brought Andraste's light to the Dales. None can deny her truth. In time, all will open their hearts to the Maker. Oh, another quest dictated by letter that we find. A candle for Tristan. 7 years ago, my son Tristan was traveling through the Emerald Graves when bandits set upon him. He died at their hands. Since then, every year on the anniversary of his death, I light a candle for him at the Lion's Pavilion, near where they found him. Now a band of violent rebels has claimed the forest. They roam up and down the highways, killing as they go. No one will escort me to the pavilion for fear of encountering them. I brave a brave and kind soul will, if they find themselves at the pavilion, remember a mother's lament, and light a flame in memory of the fallen. Forgive me, son. Dolores. But first, before we worry about the ocularium, let us worry about the rift in time and space. Really? Is this it? Ah, son of a... No. Oh, the other guy already died. All right. You can... Yeah, you can use your ability right now. You can... Yep, sure. A despair demon. And close the rift. Ah, more obsidian. Nope. I'm sure there's probably a way that doesn't involve me sliding down slopes. But who has the patience to look, really? Alright, how many shards? 7 shards are seen from this location. That seems like probably every shard from... or probably a good half of the shards in this area. Which promises that means that it's going to have like the same amount of shards as most other areas. Yeah, 13 shards. And 1 ocularium spotted 7. Which promises that this area is going to have fewer oculariums. At the very least, some of these shards, though, looked like... like they were higher up. And they'd be harder to actually reach. Like this one over here. Like, how... why? Like, why do they put it there? Does a... like, is there a, like an ability you get that makes climbing easier one day? Oh, alright, hold on. There we go. Good horse. Because, like, Dragon Age Inquisition, despite its intentions, is not a platforming game. It has a jump button, and there are sequences that might require you to jump. But honestly, like that's one of the things where it's like, you know, sometimes you're just better off. Oh geez, this is gonna be a pain in the... Nope, okay, it's not bad. Excellent. See? There's at least a path. But was there a path to those other areas? You know, I'm back at the camp. Might as well rest up. Let's cut to the next shard. Alright, we got a shard next to the statue, which unfortunately did not announce itself when we were walking nearby it. You know, the nice thing about working on these match cuts, aside from giving me a little bit of practice editing, which is something that I feel like I do neglect with these Let's Plays, is I don't really worry about editing so much. Simply because that would take a lot of time. that I don't necessarily have. But it's giving me a little bit of an excuse to do something else. Alright, let's bring the horse in for this. Oh my gosh. Horse, I have no idea what just happened to you. Okay, the horse does not seem... No, the jump button is also the mountain button. No. Like, how do you get some of these stupid shards? Okay, is there a way up from the right? Let's take a look. Let's... Before we throw ourselves at that very specific...
Our people used to be here.
Ugh, you say that everywhere.
It is more true than you want to believe.
I bet, right? Who wants to think about stepping on dead elves?
Die Elven Emahim.
Yeah, you felt that one.
There we go. But it's also helping me work on snapping my fingers. I almost forgot the plot there, distracted by my attempts at getting this dumb shard, which, like, the bonuses are not necessarily worth it. But if this is this probably might be one of the last times I play through this game. Not because it's a bad game, simply because I only have so much time in the day, and as I get older, I don't necessarily replay as much as I used to. Tracked the great brute to the middle of the graves. I hate this place. Elven curses on every tree. But it'll be worth it. Camille will have the pay attention. If she sits in that clumsy fool's lap for a cub's pelt, just think all she'll do for me when I bring her back the head of this giant beast. Gurge, focus, believe. Yes, I can envision the furry trophy already in my clutches. And especially with this channel, as it also restricts the games that I tend to play again. Although I did recently play through Doom 64 of all things in my spare time. But that game is not 70. 70 might even be... I'm at like 51, almost 52 hours in this game. How much time do I have in my life? Alright, let us... We've extended ourselves a little bit deep into the forest simply because of our search for shards. The main quest of this area is probably the Watcher's Reach camp. Though I feel like that's the biggest issue with Dragon Age Inquisition, is like, you have these big open areas as the main focal point. Rather than more directed stories. Let's get a mount for this dismount. Hello. It's just me. Is there a specific person I talk to, like you?
Fairbanks is expecting you at the camp. Watch yourself. I'd like to trust you, but we don't trust anyone these days.
Are you Fairbanks? No. Did you pick the spookiest part of the woods to put your camp? Because it seems like you picked the spookiest part of the woods to put your camp. In fact, though, I would like to claim... Oh, it's the claim spot is way up there. Alright, Fairbanks, what you got for me?
Inquisitor, please listen. You have encountered the Freemen. Aggressive bastards, no? They've killed a dozen of my people. We've tried to fight, but we cannot match their strength. You can. Why should you care about this, you ask? Because the Freemen are colluding with your enemy.
I'll look into this, Fairbanks.
All my information about the Freemen is right here, in our camp. Help us, and everything I know about the Dales, about these woods, I will share with the Inquisition.
Yeah, we got a fast travel point, at least. Needed more elf roots, so I went with him to the grove by that strange rock on the road that looks like a grumpy old woman smoking a pipe. 3 men were there. They didn't see us at first, but Gryer stepped on a twig. I didn't think that happened in real life, only in stories. That damn twig. I barely got away. Didn't like having to tell the Fairbanks we lost the herbalist. Shit. They're going to kill us all, one by one. I am sorry to tell you of the lives we have lost. Gertrude, Chauvin, Devon, and Jacques were taken by Sister Cousteau's men while hunting. They are dead. I pray the Maker have mercy on their souls. Wait, did Sister Cousteau's men kill them? Or did Sister Cousteau's men take them hunting and they're dead? The Freemen are preparing for something, stocking up on supplies and men. Patrols range further each day. Be careful where you go. When you forage, keep close by. To prevent more deaths, we must look out for each other. Oh, hold on. Solus. But why do we need this?
Yes, I'll tell.
I can't believe he's making us.
Oh, another letter. Oh, it's a map. Okay, we don't care about the maps. We do care about claiming this. Is that a chest I can open? No, it is not. It just looks openable. I claim this waterfall view for the Inquisition. Even with countless gallons of water rushing down over it for centuries, the wolf statue remains intact. Magic, perhaps?
I can't believe they're gone. Just like that.
Did you hear? Maybe.
I don't see a rune that would unlock. Usually those torches are nearby runes. Although now that we've gotten a fast travel point and some quests, this area is looking a little bit larger than I initially anticipated. Although I suppose my initial anticipations did look at it and say, oh, there's 4 camps here. That probably means that person almost knocked us off the ledge, but didn't. So we are not going to murder them. I claim this high ledge for the Inquisition! I don't know who first called this place Watcher's Canyon. I know it's named for the strange hooded figure overlooking the ravine. No one knows who he is. People in these parts always refer to him as the Watcher. He must have had an elven name. Perhaps he was one of the gods. None of the elves here can tell me. I don't think they even know anymore. And this cave? Watcher's Reach? Well, he's reaching down into it, isn't he? Maybe with him guarding us. We'll survive this war. Fairbanks, why are you speculating so much about all these things? Out of curiosity, can I summon my horse up here? Fantastic. It always looks so painful. But the horse doesn't care, and is not injured at all. So I will keep doing it. Alright, we should head out and then cut east to the logging stand.
We're watching you.
Says the group of people who are living in the Watcher's Eye.
No Inquisition!
Oh. What have we here? An astrarium! It's been a while since we've had an astrarium. The last few areas we went to didn't have them. Don't know if this is going to be really easy or really hard. Yeah, that was really easy. Excellent. Constellation Illuvia. Owing primarily to the popular Orlesian tale of the same name, the constellation Illuvia is commonly referred to as sacrifice. During the Glory Age, folklore told of a young woman saved from a lustful mage by being sent into the sky by her father, after which the mage killed him, hence the sacrifice. The daughter became the constellation, depicted as a seated woman with her head in the clouds. Prior to the tale, Illuvia was thought to represent Razikal, the Tevinter old god of mystery, and the constellation was the source of many superstitions involving the granting of wishes. Alright, let us carry on east by southeast, so we can get to the logging stand. But first, let us claim this statue. Solus, good job in continuing to carry the torch for us. Claim this statue for the Inquisition. The Guide. Historians have been unable to identify the mysterious and cloaked pointing figure in the Emerald Graves. Some believe it is a representation of the elven god Falun Din, known as the Friend of the Dead, or the Guide. Others believe it an elaborate elven joke, its punchline lost to time. I can see its point. Okay, we are going there to the logging stand. We are also collecting every piece of elf fruit that runs directly in our path. Oh, and another landmark. I claim this logging stand for the Inquisition. I claim this landmark also for the Inquisition. Andraste's promise. When her chant is spoken from all corners of the world, the Maker will return. We are one day closer to his coming. And I think that puts us back to where we were before. Alright. Let us travel north to this Viridium mine, find a fallen sister, which is making me believe that, the hunting party went with... I think that Nug fell and took fall damage, and thusly became an enemy. That the hunting party took the group of people there. Are we going to find Viridium within this Viridium mine? I hope so, otherwise...
What are you talking about? My weapon's nowhere near.
Your face. That sobby pity face. Why are you aiming it at me?
I know what occurred in the Fade troubled you. If you ever wish to talk...
It's nothing. The scary, rubbish demons that are done. We got out. Mostly. There, talked. Now everything is good. Right?
Of course.
Good. We're all good. You.
You've heard how the Dalish would hang trespassers. Hung them from trees is what they say. Would you believe you can still see them? I swear on the Maker's beard. When I saw that face in the tree, I just about pissed myself. The screaming face of a murdered bastard. Right in front of me. I was afraid if I stayed long, I would hear it howling. I haven't been drinking. Don't you believe me? Go see for yourself. Brian. But spelled with an E. Ah! You know he's traveling fast because he's got the speed lines going. Oh, Sister Cousteau is actually one of the murderers. Good to know. Because the fallen sister could have easily been
advantage of chaos to further their own cause.
Less figurative and more literal. The Soul Kisser. She was using a shield, so the Soul Kisser might be a weapon for Cassandra. The answer is no. It is not a weapon for Cassandra. Is that a two-handed? Hold on. This is a one-handed weapon? All right. Q. Yes. Yes, I know what Duhaime thinks about the people in Watch's Reach. He's wrong. The refugees think us monsters, all because of Duhaime and his like. If they get in the way, I suppose we must eliminate them. But we will not hunt them. We will not murder them unless they force our hand. I hope you understand. As I have said, there is no reason to worry about the other freemen's cells, since we are in the Dales. I shall invoke the heathen philosophy of Ver Adahlen, the way of the wood. Each tree is part of a greater whole. It is the same with us, we are all part of a greater plan. The Dales will be ours, that I promise. Oh.
Please, help us.
I will. I just need to take this mosaic piece. Somehow it's more important than freeing you from that cell. I highly doubt I will... Oh, there's a key. That I will actually complete out a single mosaic in this playthrough.
Please open the door. I can't stand it in here another second.
Is that it? I guess that's it. Well, we might as well travel west towards the Freeman Villa, since that is also going to take us over towards one of these smugglers' letters that Cullen expects us to find. Are you... Okay, I was gonna say, are you villains or heroes? I'm sure they think themselves as... as heroes in their own tale. But alas, there are villains in mine. Oh, some more of these villains. Attack my target. And you... Nope. Oh my gosh. Hit the thing! Hit the bad guy with the swords. Alright, let us... take a quick look around here for a letter. I wish there was these quest targets were a little bit more exact, because why not? I claim this statue for the Inquisition. Elves were guilty of the greatest sin, of turning from the Maker, but we will show them mercy, for that is what Andraste teaches. Oh, hello. Ah. Master Kellis, numbers are fantastic, sir. Trade's booming with all this lyrium showing up. Maybe it's red instead of blue, but people are still buying. That mage we picked up can look into what the color means. He needs to start earning his keep. We have more coin on hand, too. No need to pay off some greasy dwarf, since the red stuff isn't from the deep roads. Must be killing them. Someone struck lyrium up here, and they're not getting a piece.
A note. It claims this red lyrium's not coming from the deep roads.
All right, let's go after that. That looks like a quest marker. But it's also below us. Can we easily... Yes. What are we investigating and why? Why is the fatal fall way over there? Why wouldn't it be over here with the waterfall? In that, like, she probably fell off the waterfall and then the river carried her over, but... Oh well, let us go close this rift. Oh, that was actually pretty quick. Get rid of you. All right. I claim this river for the Inquisition. No elven treasure was hidden beneath the falls. That ridiculous tale lost me 6 soldiers. If I find the man who started the rumor, I'll kill him myself. Look, if there's no treasure hidden behind your waterfall, you're just wasting the space. All right, let us travel south and west. What is the best way to... Like, there's this giant mountain here. Is it to the left and right of the mountain? I'm gonna guess the right. And hope in doing so we find our way to this other camp. Or it's on the mountain. It could very easily be on the mountain. Which I think this... Oh, this still has better access. Must climb harder, boy. Is that a rift already? Hmm. Yeah, it's just a rift right over there. All right, let's go get it. Here, go after the despair demon. Ah! If they're moving at a very slight pace away from you, like suddenly you can't, they're just out of range. Oh, yeah. You can go there. Excellent. And another rift is closed. All right, what was on the right side of the mountain? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, because we're lazy, we're just going to fast travel back to the camp we just walked away from. Since it'll be a little bit easier to get to... this side of the mountain. There we go. Oh, there's Commander Duhane. He's a giant. Blocked? What a jerk. But I'm in the villa.
Right. Were we after them? I think we were.
Yes, Sarah. We were, in fact, after them. I claim this statue of a man with a headache advertising elven-grade Tylenol for the Inquisition. The Betrayer, even Mefereth the Betrayer had a part to play. Who are we to say elves do not? Did you hear? Sister Cousteau has fallen. I'm surprised it took so long. She was soft. Unfortunately, we also lost the rats we were going to send to Sillidan. We have to make sure this doesn't happen again. Alright, it looks like people leveled up, so we will distribute their points. Oh yeah, got that for Sarah, definitely. Have that for you and Solus. Like... I don't know if he's using any of these abilities. And how far are we on the cold tree? Enter Villa Morel. What is in the villa that Commander Duhame did not want me to look at? And it has to be separately loaded from the rest of the area. And has its own long loading time because, unfortunately, I am now back to playing the game on the Xbox One. The irony being that I have the game on the PC, and I could have played the PC version, but I had convinced myself that the Series S version would be easier to record, which is technically true. I just did not expect my Series S to... the fan to die during my playthrough.
Leader should be holed up here. This place has seen better days.
These men are thugs. What do you expect?
All right, let us...
I haven't heard anything from
Haha.
Nothing recent anyway.
Okay, two bad guys didn't seem quite fair. Artem is the very soul of discretion. I could have a Templar to dinner, and they would be none of the wiser. If the Templars hadn't gone off to do maker knows what, I might try it. Valerie complains, but the Empress herself is such an advisor. Why not me? His services are useful and no one could better ensure our security. No matter. The distractions of the city will ease her mind soon enough. Why, hello! Attack that target.
Take them down.
Excellent. Ah. Actually, that's okay. Yeah, it looks like Maleficent isn't that far. Oh, I forget I upgraded that ability first. Did he block that attack? Very inconvenient. Oh, it's Maleficent. Yeah, because of the winter's scraps, I'll barely even be able to look at who he is.
That was the man in charge.
We've struck a blow against the Freeman.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
We should search the area.
Maleficent, I'm sending men to discuss some changes. It's nothing dire. You'll find the demands perfectly reasonable. We're willing to compensate you for any inconvenience. I want our relationship to be mutually beneficial. It's been going so well, each of us with our crusades. C? Is Corypheus going by the letter C?
Part of a key. There's a rune inscribed on it. Or part of one.
The Chantry story of the Exalt... Okay, we don't need to read this. Or that. I don't know what we're doing anymore. Our hearts were pure when we started. I have to wonder if we've lost our way. The Templars are terrifying. When I speak to the Knight Captain, I feel uneasy. There's something unsettling about his eyes and his voice. They keep making offers. More shipments to guard, more men to be escorted to their keep. No. No more grousing. I can't let my doubts show. Others take their cue from me. They must stay strong. It's just for a little while longer, then we'll get what we want. We'll be free. I'm sure it works like that.
Red lyrium.
They must have been smuggling it for the Templars.
Not anymore.
Auguste and I have established outposts in the Emerald Graves. We are spreading the word to both armies. I'm sick of good Orlesian men and women dying for someone else's cause. It ends now. Orlais should belong to us, the people who defend her borders, who till her fields. If we're to fight and kill for something, let it be that. Templars approached us. They are not the order I knew, but they have offered weapons and gold if we help bring their supplies to the Emerald Graves. If we are to free the Dales from the grasp of nobility, we need what they have to offer. It's a deal with a demon, but our cause is worthwhile. We need to stop the people with money. So we need to... who do terrible things. So we need to do terrible things to get money. Lord Muriel. I posed a few questions to my contacts in the White Spire. Discreetly, of course, lest they want the peace for themselves. From what I can gather, the device, rustically dubbed Delirium Aperlin, is meant to restore broken runes. They are not widely used. Some suggest that if the rune were affixed to an object, the device could restore the item itself, although I was unable to confirm the truth of this. This is purely academic, as it requires a mage to function. It is nevertheless a rare piece, prized among the collectors of curiosities. I trust you are pleased with the purchase. Sincerely, Emile Fabre, collector and purveyor of unique ephemerae. I can only assume that's how that is pronounced. Ooh, a mosaic piece. Neat. Alright. Looks like we've got a couple of key fragments to... find. Sexuality in Thetis. This looks like very dry material. Alright, let's go grab the remaining key fragment. I don't know if we need to use the device specifically to... rejoin the key. Or if we just need Solus to just work his magic. I see Laurent's death in my mind all the time. The man who killed her, one of the Super's soldiers, was familiar. I wouldn't be surprised if I once shared a drink with him. Is that how it is now, brother against brother? The priests tell me to remember Laurent's life, not her death. So I try to recall years past, the countless times she saved me. The day we first met when I was a young recruit who almost pissed himself at her barked orders. Because of her, I learned discipline and control. She instilled in me pride in what we did. She taught me how to use a sword. More importantly, she taught me how to keep it sheathed. She was fearless, strong, regal, and she was cut down like a common peasant by someone we may have once known. Will anyone remember her? Will Celine? There's a new soldier in our battalion, Gordian. He's an odd fellow with an accent I can't place. Like he'd spent time in the marches. It doesn't matter in the end. He's been a comfort, listening to me talk about those who died. He's also lost friends in Celine's war, and he's tired like we are. He said a very wise thing. There is no war without soldiers. How wise is that? The Empress can't wage her war if we refuse to fight. Orlais should belong to the Orlesians. Oh, here we go. Okay, find a way to reassemble the fractured key. Like, technically, we've already... this goes nowhere. My lord, everything is in order for your departure. I've granted leave to all non-essential staff and arranged transportation for the time you requested. I have taken the liberty of securing the more valuable items in your personal storeroom. I trust you will find everything to your satisfaction. I'm guessing they all left in a bit of a hurry. Let's see if we can find this thing that's supposed to... Oh, here we go. And then we need Solus to energize. Excellent.
The best locks, the best loot.
I mean, you'd hope. So far I am unimpressed. Plus 20 damage to the living. Most of the, our foes are alive, I suppose. Well, I guess we're done here. Oh. Have a chat with Maleficent, make sure everything's running smoothly. While there, see if any of his men might wish to volunteer their services in Empire de Lyon. We could always use a few more. Be discreet. Maleficent's still useful. I doubt he'd remain so if he thinks we're stealing his soldiers. See.
Seems we interrupted their meeting with the Templars. They weren't expecting us. Whatever they came for might still be here.
Yeah, I think I found it already, though. Alright, let's set people about their operations for the night. I think their one operation is still going to be ongoing, so really the only thing is to be sending people for resources. Okay, if I remember correctly, like this one was like 15 hours or so. Yeah, the measuring of the veil strength.
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will
So
inform
let's
you if
send
that changes.
Liliana for more elf fruit. Let's send Cullen there, or Josephine there, because Cullen is doing the other thing. Let's also take a look at that courtyard, see if the herbs I planted grew. I don't know how much time it takes these herbs to replace themselves. But it would be nice if it was relatively quick turnaround time. Let's see, the door to the courtyard is out this way, I think. The door to the courtyard is out this way. Oh, they're still going. Well, in the meantime, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.